I got the string running now.
All right.
We mute it until after I go after the loud though.
All right.
Oh, you know what? I needed my mouse. That'll be good.
And this on the Montana Ali show page, or is this on the
champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
Montana! It's only one station you need to be locked into. That's what DJ Montana on 96.3, The Block.
All right, so look here, what's popping, family? Happy Wednesday, Hump Day Wednesday. It is the Montana Ali Show, kicking off right here on the block. Now, listen, we're gonna talk about something real today. Something that we don't talk about enough in our community, and I'm talking about money. Like for real, for real. A lot of us, we was not taught how to manage money. We definitely was taught how to survive out here, but we really, we weren't taught how to grow checks. We weren't taught how to grow wealth. So that's something that I want to get into tonight. You feel me? Because that's important in our community. So I do got a special guest that's in the building with us tonight, my guy, Tim Johnson. So we're going to be talking to him in just a little bit. All right, it's the Montana Ali Show, and we live with it right here on the block. All right, bet, man. What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? Got my boy Tim in the building. Yeah, what's popping, Tim?
What's going on? What's going on? Happy Wednesday, as you stated. Happy Financial Literacy Month.
Look, man, we're definitely about to get into some good conversation, y'all. So make sure y'all tune in, share this, subscribe, all that good stuff. So what you ready to get into today, Tim?
Man, I'm just ready to get some value. As you stated earlier, a lot of times we aren't taught a lot of these different financial principles as we grow and everything like that. So I just want to be able to be a tool, a resource, and just be able to get some information that can help somebody impact and change their financial life.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Hopefully you can help me. Like, we all need a little bit of help, man. I was going through my books today, paying bills and stuff. Like, I'm like, man, I wish I had learned money management better when I was younger.
100%. Not to that point, I'm blessed that I did. I had an opportunity to take a class in high school called Financial Fitness. Yeah, my senior year.
So I don't even know if they had that at my high school. A lot of schools don't, though.
Right. For us, it was like one of the, I guess it's probably like a new class because we didn't even learn directly from the teacher. Like, we learned off of Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. And our teacher, he did give us like information and stuff like that and went into a little bit more detail.
Yeah.
But it was really centered around Dave Ramsey. We didn't have like a set curriculum.
Yeah. And then, like you said, there was a new class. So them folk really just trying something out.
Right.
But I'm glad they had something for y'all, man. Because like I said, most schools, they don't have that. So a lot of these kids, they not getting that money management, those skills or whatever. And definitely not now. Right. Them folks took learning how to write cursive out of school.
They did.
That's crazy.
And honestly, if you be real, all they are on is like Chromebooks, iPads, and everything like that. So they barely know how to write for real.
Yeah, true. I feel like that's messing them up, though, man. All this technology. It's crazy.
No hard books. Don't know how to really read. AI. But yeah,
they say them screens is really bad for you.
100%.
So for them to just be locked in on screens all day, every day, that is just not good.
Right. And we talk about attention spans as well, too. So again, when you talk about, finances and paying bills, just think about how distracted it is for a person that grew up with only knowing the iPad.
Yeah. Do you feel like social media and, the shorts and stuff has definitely shortened our attention span?
100%.
See, it might do me like that. I can still watch a whole video.
I don't know.
But folks do be like 15 seconds, but they moving on to the next thing.
Hey, sometimes I be in that same realm. If it don't catch my attention early on, I'm just like, I don't know. Or like I get 30 seconds into like a 2-minute video.
Yeah.
I'm like, I might fast forward to the end just to see the.
See, that's crazy, man. Be patient. That's what's wrong with y'all folks. That's funny.
But no, if it's good though, I'll sit and watch it.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't know. It catch me. Sometimes I'm good. Other times I'm just like, yeah, let me go ahead and get this over with.
But that make it hard, like for the people that's making content too, because now it's like we can't just put the whole video out. We got to make sure
Right.
we put that hook in there first. 'Cause we
100%.
only got 10 seconds, like
That's
you
true.
said.
That's true. I mean, I'll say like the market is also oversaturated. So I think that also
That's
is what
true.
makes that, because I mean, I'll be saying some funny stuff and I just be like, I need to see more of this. But again, some things that do catch my eye and I do sit and watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nah, we got to fix that, man. I don't know how we're gonna get back. I think we doomed for real. Cause technology is only getting worse. I ain't gonna
100%.
say worse, but greater, I guess. But it's making it worse on the people
Right.
a little bit.
But I mean, I think too, it's that instant gratification. I had
Facts.
read something. There was like a lot of times people just sit and stroll because it's
Mhm.
easy for your mind. Like you don't have to think about it. You making decisions all day, especially if you
Facts.
work.
Facts.
Think about yourself. Like you travel a lot and everything like that. Have to talk to a lot of people, different relationships you got to maintain and
Mhm.
build. When you get home, you just might want to just sit and
Sit,
scroll because it's easy. You don't have to think about it. You can just look,
Yeah.
watch, and just go to the next video because they play endlessly.
And then especially if they entertaining videos,
Right.
Like watch them for a minute or two, go on
Right.
to next versus on YouTube or Netflix or just
100%.
whatever.
100%.
So yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, and it keep you attentive a little bit longer, like because you're watching something different every couple
Right.
minutes. So
Right.
It's like, oh, okay, what's this? Oh, okay, what's
Yeah,
this?
And if it's so quick and fast, you'll see somebody cooking. You might see something with finance. You might see something like nostalgic, like that's from your childhood. Like sometimes I be
Mhm.
seeing like the wrestling videos, WWE.
Yeah,
I was like, dang, it was lit for real back then.
yeah.
But yeah, man.
So would y'all agree y'all got that same problem? Like, do y'all just get on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and just start scrolling for hours? I'll be trying not to though. Like for real,
Right.
because I catch myself. I might just pull up my phone, start scrolling, and then 30, 45 minutes later, damn, I'm still in the same
Right,
spot
same
scrolling.
spot.
I'm like, damn, but I ain't even realized 45 minutes to pass by.
I'm telling you, hey man.
And then me, I'm mad. I'm like,
Right.
well, I could have been doing something.
That's hey,
45
that
minutes.
part. I could have been doing
For
something way more
real.
productive. But again, it's easy,
Yeah,
and it's
easy.
comfortable.
And it's entertaining too,
So, yeah.
especially if you got the right algorithm. Yeah, I feel you on that.
I'm telling you, man. But again, when you asked earlier, like, do I feel like we're doomed? At times I do feel like we're doomed, but other times I feel like we're all right because there is still like long form content, and there are a lot of people that has awareness that didn't have awareness before and see.
Facts.
Like myself, I'd be like, man, I've been spending too much time on the internet a little bit
Yeah,
lately,
facts.
so I am gonna do a social media cleanse.
But everybody don't have that awareness to be able to say, damn, I've been on social media too much.
That's true. I think a lot of people do, but some people they don't want to admit it because it's
There
like
we go. Yeah, you're right.
when you admit you've been out there too much, then you might feel like you got a problem.
Nobody will take accountability with nothing.
True.
With nothing.
Yeah.
With nothing. I ain't never took a social media cleanse though.
For real?
Yeah.
I think it's hard for you though because you are a personality.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that
You
as
know.
my excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not enabling this behavior.
Yeah, he is, y'all. He just gave me
but-
the perfect excuse. I need it because I gotta stay on top with my topics and conversations and everything. Have y'all ever took a social media cleanse, like a detox and anything? I've been seeing people talk about it all the time, and then they pop back like months later, be like, "All right, y'all, I'm back."
Mhm.
Do y'all really be feeling better after that time?
I feel like I did on different couple spurts. I did like a month at a time, and at times like I feel better in the sense of I'm not consumed with some of the negativity going
Mhm.
on and some of like the think pieces. I seen you had like the other day about like a lot of these debates that be going on that's hurting us more than helping us. So I mean I think it's easy to get distracted. But when you aren't up there, you just have to occupy your time with something different, which gives you the opportunity to get a little bit more creative or be a little bit more productive. And sometimes just sit there and really waste time, but with yourself instead of just strolling.
Yeah, facts. I give you that. All right, so we go on air in 3 minutes. So I'm gonna introduce you. I'm gonna ask you what's the number one mistake you see people making with money,
Mhm.
and then what is financial control? Then if we got time, I might do. Probably won't though, but if someone feels broke all the time, where should they first start? If somebody broke, where should they start to get their life back on track? Something like that.
Sure.
What up, y'all? What up? Y'all all right? On this Wednesday, tap in, man. And the phone lines is open. 844-405-4963. So look, go ahead, hit the phone lines. Got my boy Tim Johnson in the building. Talking a little bit about money today, you feel me? Everybody could use a little help in education when it comes to money, managing money. My boy
Yeah,
Michi,
man.
what's popping?
Looking
What
at
up,
the lineup,
Quan?
Let's see.
Keenan, what's popping? Y'all know the first is coming up in a couple days, man. Quit playing. Y'all better tune in, share this. Let's get this knowledge when it comes to finances.
Payday on Friday.
Yeah, payday on Friday. And you know, they say folks like 50% of their checks is already blown within like the first 2 days when they get it.
Mm-hmm.
I know mine do.
Hey, man, the bills, they don't stop. They don't
I'm
stop.
like, where did my money go? Like, I literally
Right.
just got paid Friday. It's Sunday and about half my check gone. I don't
Man.
know. Bills and the
We're going
little
to talk about that, too.
bills and a little
'cause-
impulse
yeah.
spending.
A little impulse.
Just be buying just to buy.
Hey, man, I mean, again, it's easy. We get that instant gratification, like whether it's bills or
Facts.
just food or something like that.
Yeah, facts.
We just, man, I don't feel like cooking. I'm going to just run to Longhorn. I'm going to just
Yeah,
run to
facts.
P.F. Shane, like, easy, $30, $40.
And then would it be so good though? Like say
It'd be
instant
good.
gratification. Like, damn, I feel bad. I feel like
Yeah.
I had a great night, great day now.
See, and again, do you have leftovers after that?
Most of the time, no.
See, and then now you got to go get lunch the next day because you didn't cook the night before. You didn't have any leftovers. And then it's going to be so easy. You're going to be tired when you get home. So you're going to get dinner again. It's just,
Yeah, that'd be the worst part
Yeah,
for
man.
real.
but I will say meal prepping and stuff, that is hard.
All right, we got 30 seconds.
But man, I'm excited.
I just should be, bro.
Make sure people tuning in. Make sure y'all share this.
All right, mics are hot. That mean they
All
on.
right.
All right, so Block Family, what's popping? Again, kicking off live right here on the Block tonight. My 10 Ali show, and I do have a special guest in the building because I felt like it was important to talk about money. You feel me? The bills, they coming up due on the 1st. You know, payday is Friday. And like I was just telling my boy Tim, you know, 50% of most people checks is gone by the time they get it. So Tim, what's popping, man? How you doing today?
Hey, man, I'm blessed. Can't really complain at all. Definitely appreciate the opportunity to come here and, again, get or have this conversation with you, but be able to share value and everything to all the listeners.
Yeah, most definitely. So listen, Tim is a professional banker here in Greenville. So go ahead and tell folks about a little bit what it is you do.
So I really would say I'm like a relationship banker. So I go out, try to network, connect with more people, talk about finances, whether that's opening up bank accounts, different financial products that could be beneficial for whatever the goals is my clients or potential clients may have, want, or need. Whatever finance questions someone may have, if they ask me, hopefully I can be able to answer those right away. But if not, I want to be able to provide them the resources or the tools to be able to find that answer or connect them with the right people to get that answer or ultimately get to the end goal that they're looking for.
Okay, I got a question that I'm wondering, can you help me with? So, what is the number one problem that most people have when it comes to money?
I think the number one problem is a bad relationship with it. I
okay.
think a lot of times people, they'll get money and they just don't know what to do with it. Obviously, you know, you're going to pay your bills and everything like that. But if you don't have a budget, which to me, a budget is like your financial best friend, is you telling your dollars where to go. Earlier, I know you say like, oh, I might get paid this day, but then on, let's say I get paid on Friday, but on Sunday, half of my money is gone, but I don't know where it went. You should know where your dollars are going. You know, in a budget, it'll tell you like, okay, well, this bill's gonna come out this day, that bill's gonna come out that day. If I did buy XYZ, like if I went out, that should be part of my budget as far as like a going out line item. So I just think like with the relationship with money, no budget, that's the biggest thing I feel like people are missing.
And would you say that kind of tie into financial control?
100%. Because financial control to me is, again, having control over your dollars. Like you remember growing up,
it's going.
Yeah, you remember growing up, your mom or your parent might ask you if you about to go out, oh, where are you going? Who you going with? What time you're coming back home? You know, things along those lines because they're responsible for you. You know, they have control over you and they want to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I feel like we should have the same type of relationship with our money. We should know where our dollars are going, where they're getting spent, and just being able to allocate for them. It's okay, like, you know, to spend money on going out. It's okay to spend money on clothes, shoes, all of those things. But if you don't know where it's going, it's just gonna find a place to go, and you're not gonna know where it's at.
Now I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of hard though. Like keeping track of each line, like where every dollar win, every cent win.
Uh-huh.
So, are there ways that you suggest people should do, to keep up better with book balancing and stuff like that?
I would say it's a couple of different ways you can go about it. Some people they'll have like certain apps that they'll use to track all of that. The thing that I did personally is I have multiple bank accounts, but I have one bank account for all my fixed expenses. So rent will come out of this, car payment. My car paid off now, thank God. But insurance, like all those Wi-Fi, all of those fixed expenses, they'll come out of that one account. So I don't have to worry about what's coming out of here. Then I got another account that I call like my spending account. And in that account, I'll move money over. Let's say I get paid tomorrow, right? That same day or the next day, I'll just move over a lump sum of money so I can have for the week, and I will just track. Okay, well, if I'm going to go out, how much did I spend last night?
Okay.
Or how much am I spending in the moment? And I use Google Sheets because I had it on my phone. And if I'm at work on Monday or Tuesday or something like that, and I didn't update my my sheet over the weekend, I can go back to my fixed expense or my expense account, and I can see all the things that I spent money on this previous weekend, and just be able to put them there and see where my money was going.
Okay.
And then I have the actual budget, so I get to just keep track. Okay, I have a budget for food, which is like going out, and I have a budget for groceries, which is again going to the grocery store. So how much did I spend on going out over the weekend? How much did I spend on my groceries? And am I in line for the month?
Okay, bet. Well, listen, make sure y'all keep it locked in. We're talking to my guy, Tim Johnson. We getting some banking or some finance tips, how to manage your money better. And Tim, we're going to talk about if you're feeling broke all the time, where should you start to get back on track? You feel
100%.
me? So that's what we're talking about right here on the Montana Ali Show. Keep it locked in.
100%. My bad on that. I was bored. But yeah, man. You said we're still hot.
We off now. The stream is, but
Okay.
Hell yeah, no, that was good. That was good. So what y'all got to say about my boy Tim advice right now, man? Do anybody use like apps or spreadsheets or anything like that to keep track of your money? I do. I use a Excel spreadsheet.
Okay, I like Excel. The biggest thing with Excel for me was that I would have to pay for Excel, but I'm like, Google Sheets is free. So,
hey, true. That's another experience right
another
there.
experience. But yeah, and I'll say too, like while we're on the stream, man, a lot of times people think budgeting is like hard and everything like that, and it's not easy, and it takes about 3 months for your budget to be effective and efficient, and that's the part a lot of people miss.
Okay,
So,
yeah, that's a good thing right there.
yeah, so like they'll set it up, and then they try to be super tight. And when you try to be super tight, I feel like it's easier to under budget and overspend and to feel like it's not working versus be realistic. Like, what's the most you spent in the previous 3 months on this item?
Yeah.
And then you put that in there, and then you start over budgeting and underspending. Then you start seeing the margin and starting to allocate those dollars elsewhere. Then you start being like, okay, now I can condense this down and get a little stricter. Now I can condense it down again and get a little stricter.
Yeah.
And then it's pretty much in full effect after like 3 months.
And I think that's a big thing, not even just with budgeting, with anything. Like, you're not going to see that, that change, that flip overnight. It's going to take a couple
100%.
weeks, a couple months. Like, I know I've done it before, like put a budget in place. And then by the end of the month, I'm like, I feel like I ain't even had no budget in place at all.
Right.
So, I'll be like, all right, well, I guess I got to try again this month, or,
100%.
readjust it or just whatever.
Yeah, and it's not perfect. Like, my budget isn't even perfect, man. And when I first started budgeting for real, it took me about 7 times to get it right. And that's frustrating,
Yeah, fast.
Shoot, even sometimes recently, I'm like, man, I'm feeling a little extra good. I just want to go out, be outside a little bit more, and I might spend a little bit more on that entertainment line item.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I need to do better.
How do you feel like we can control that, that excessive spending, like when we go out and just stuff like that?
How can we control it? I think everybody is different. Some people, it comes down to having, again, some people, they might use cash, and they say, I'm going to go out, I'm going to have $100 cash. Once this cash is gone, I'm done. Some people, they might have a card. And like I said, I transfer money to this account. That's my expense account. So it's like once, that card is getting close to that decline, then I'm done. But other side too is discipline. You got to tell yourself or ask yourself, what are my financial goals? And again, whenever you're about to go out and do that excessive spending, is this on track or in line with what I'm about to what my goal is?
Gotcha. Yeah, okay. 30 seconds.
Sure.
This one's just gonna be. We're gonna do one question. It's a short one. If somebody feel broke all the time, where should they start?
Okay.
So we're just gonna answer that one question, then go into the next song.
All right.
What up, Trax? We live with it. My 10 Ali show. My boy Tim Johnson is in the building. Yeah,
Yes,
boy,
sir.
talking about he nervous. No, we rock it, man. All right, going live.
All right.
All right, so look, Block family, you're live with us, the Montana Ali show on this Wednesday. Hope y'all week has been good. You know, I'm trying to get you prepared for Friday because payday is Friday, and I want y'all to hold on to your money. You feel me? But
Okay.
Tim, talk to my guy. He's a banker here in Greenville. We're talking about finances. For the folks that always feel broke, where should they start to kind of get a grip on life?
I'll say just review your bank statements, see where all your money is going, and figure out what's worth it. What would you like to keep in your budget, and what's just pointless. Like if you have a lot of things that you don't use or that's just worthless money being spent.
Like them subscriptions?
Yeah, like those subscriptions.
Folks got 10 to 15
Yeah.
of them, don't even know it.
Facts, or just buying like shoes every weekend, things along those lines that isn't helping you get ahead. You might just have to cut those out.
Yeah. So look, take a look at your bank statements, find them unnecessary expenses, and cut them out. All right, keep it locked in. We talking about finances tonight. My guy Tim Johnson in the building. It's my 10 Ali show.
Yes, sir. We back on the stream. So yeah.
About finances, for the folks that always feel broke.
The other side
where
of it
should they
is
start
going to
to
be
kinda get a
income.
grip on life?
How can you? I say just review bank statements, see where all your money is going, and figure out what's worth it. What would you like to keep in your budget, and what's just pointless. Like if you have a lot of things that you don't use or that's just worthless money being spent.
Right.
Right.
Short, you talking over there.
For sure.
The long ones I got like an instrumental. in the back.
Okay.
But I can't put a top bell. Bundle short for we in between songs.
Right. Just have to cut those out.
Yeah. So look, take a look at your bank statements, find them unnecessary expenses, and cut them out. All right, keep it locked in. We talking about finances tonight. My guy Tim Johnson in the building. It's my 10 Ali show. What's poppin', man? Y'all all right? So I ain't gonna lie. Of course, growing up, high school years, college years, but finance, money management, horrible. But I feel like I have worked at it enough to kind of get a decent grip on things.
right.
And it started exactly where you said, like just looking at my statements,
100%.
looking at what I was spending, laying out all my bills. A lot of folks don't even have all their bills written out. And they
Right.
don't understand they're actually spending more on stuff than they're bringing in.
100%.
Let's talk about that because that's a big thing. People are spending more than they make.
100%. So I think it's like the mentality of, oh well, I don't need to put all my expenses or all my bills on paper because I have it in my head. But when you think over, let's say 50, 60,000 thoughts a day, it's easy to forget how much you might be paying for this thing or that thing.
Fast.
So I'll definitely say like you have to start there. And then can you ask that question, the back end of that question again, just to make sure I'm answering it properly? We just flowing then.
Yeah.
But pretty much then I would say,
What was the back end of my question?
nah, I would just say
Let me come
like when you're thinking about putting together that budget or looking at all of your expenses, I think a lot of people don't want to be honest with themselves. So like when you review your bank statement, it's telling you where your money is going. It's telling you what you are spending your money on. And no, you good.
How people spend more than they make.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and then it's easy because you think of so many thoughts. So you just think you have more than what you actually do have, or you might be missing a bill, but you don't know because you might get paper statements versus email statements.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's just unorganization.
And what I realized also, when you got money coming in,
Right.
like you just spend it, and then
100%.
the check come right back.
Yep,
So
yep.
it look like, oh, you still got such,
Right.
but no, you really done blew more than you made.
100%. And it also come down to what type of, I guess what kind of, how you get paid basically. So like
Okay,
some
yeah.
people, again, for example, I'm gonna just use you. If you're doing like DJing, you on tour, you are doing different events in between time. It's easy for you to have so much money coming in. You be like, oh well, I can get this because I'm gonna get it back. But anywho, just to get back on track, once people put it out on their paper, they'll be able to see what that margin is. Like, okay, I'm spending more money.
And
than what
Tim,
I'm
for the
making.
record, I'm broke.
You broke?
I'm
Oh
broke
no,
as hell.
man.
I ain't got nothing coming in. For the record, I'm broke as hell, Tim. That's why. So I brought you up
Right,
here. And I'm
right.
trying to get some money tips.
So I'll say like if people are spending more than what they're making, they just really got to put it on paper, figure out what can they really cut out, and then how can they make a little bit more money. whether that's like a side hustle or whether that's having to switch careers, or not necessarily switch careers, but switch roles or switch jobs. I'll never tell nobody like, oh, just make more money, because it's not always that simple. Or I can't say, oh, well, just cut out the unnecessary things, because when I was going through it, I was cut down to all my needs. I didn't even have any wants in my budget, and I was still spending more money than what I was bringing in. So I had to figure out either A, I'm going to trust this process and continue my career forward, or B, I'm going to make a little bit of money on the side. I didn't get a second job, but between like speaking engagements, writing books, and again, just doing random stuff, I was able to make sure I had a surplus to be able to get ahead. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, no, it definitely do. And that's kind of
Yeah.
what I was gonna ask too. Like for folks that got a lot of debt, where should they start that? Do you recommend getting a second job or just saving
It really kind of
or
depends.
budgeting better?
Yeah, it really depends on how you built, because everybody isn't built for a second job.
Facts.
Everybody isn't built to, just be in that grind mode all the time, because
Yeah.
mentally it is draining and it is tough.
Yeah.
So I mean, I will say it's like situational, because some people to that point would ask, well, can I budget better? But again, if you down to just your needs, I mean, are you gonna cut out your rent?
hmm
Are you gonna cut out like eating? I mean, what can you really remove? So I'd say kind of like you got to assess yourself and figure out, okay, if I am able to cut out this expense, like if I was to, let's say, move back in with my parents or something like that to get a grip on it, then okay, that might be good for that person.
Facts.
But everybody don't have parents that they can go back home to.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, okay, well, can you get a promotion at your job? What other things are out there for you to take opportunity or take advantage of, so you can make more, so then you can start putting more back toward debt.
Right.
And then again, if you are built for that second job, or if you do have a passion, something that you enjoy doing outside of work that you could monetize, again, just grind on it.
hmm
And again, it's not always easier said than done, because you are going to get tired. We only have so many hours in a day. We only have so much willpower.
I think one of the important things that you said was just being real with yourself.
Right.
Like I don't think people should be afraid to look at them books.
100%.
Like look at your bank statements to see how much money you really are making and that
100%.
you spending, because that's
Right.
where it starts. You cannot get a hold of your finances until you be real with yourself
Right.
and look at them books.
100%.
But
Right.
a lot of people, like we talked about, they don't take accountability. You
Right.
know, they scared of money.
Right.
Do you have an idea why our community is so afraid of money, to talk about money?
I think it's like it's been ingrained in us, because again,
agree.
have you ever? I never seen, like, my mom and my dad. They would tell me, "Oh, don't spend all your money in one place, or make sure you're saving," but they never budgeted with me.
They just said it. We was
Yeah,
just
they
told
just
that.
said, yeah, we were just
was
told
never
it.
showed how to really budget
Right.
and save.
And then it's one of those things. I'm the parent and you the child, so I'm not going to talk to you about finances or my personal finances. So I mean, I think that's what make it hard for us to talk about it, and that's what makes us a little scared, because
Mhm.
we're not comfortable with our family talking about it. Like, have you ever asked your parent, how much money do you have in the bank? Like,
But
do
they
you
were
have
like, but
Yeah.
stay in the child place.
right? Do you have a life insurance policy? Do you
Yeah.
have beneficiaries? We don't really have those type of conversations, because their parents didn't have that with them. So it's just like a bad trickle down effect, and I think it's a privacy, like, oh, this is our relationship, parent to child.
Mhm.
I might be struggling, but you don't need to know that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you expose your child to, okay, this is our budget, I'm only able to save $100 a month. So that's why I keep saying no, we can't get these Jordans this month, or that's why I keep saying no to XYZ. And I think it'll give the child a little bit more gratitude with, oh man, my mom, my dad, my parents, like they really are working hard and making sure we're straight. We just can't get this right now. That don't mean we never
Right.
could,
Right.
Um
And I think that's a good tip right there too. Just really talking to the kids, like explaining
Right.
why we can't get something right now. Cause I know
Right.
a lot of times kids might just be bugging their head, like,
Yeah.
"Mama, can I get this? Can I have that?" It's
Right.
like, "No, boy, get out my face, no."
Right.
But really just breaking down and showing them budgets and playing like,
Right.
okay, this is why, because we only have this much left, and
100%.
you hungry, right? You need
Right.
clothes on your back, right? So we just gonna grind it out, and
100%.
we're gonna manage this and try to get it for you later or something like
Right.
that.
Right. And I think that's like where it really starts at. Like I said, everything
home?
starts at home.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if if our parents aren't talking about it, man, we might not be talking about it. And then we see all these people making money, then we're like, "Ooh, I want to make money like such and such." And that's, I think, how people go down the wrong path of thinking what the value of money actually is versus how to again, control it.
Yeah. Yeah. So listen, my boy Trax, he said most people make money to spend it instead of making money to apply it. But yeah, facts.
That's real.
And that going to how we supposed to be building assets,
Right.
not spending money on liabilities.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, money to me is just like a tool.
It's supposed to
it's
be.
a tool,
It is.
and a lot of times people just misuse the tool.
Mhm.
Like you wouldn't take, if you're looking to build a house, you wouldn't take a fork to try to hammer in a nail, right? You're gonna get a hammer. You're gonna use that tool for what it's supposed to be for. And I feel like we're supposed to be able to, again, survive off of it, but also grow and make sure people, like especially our household, but the people running us straight.
Yeah, that's really what I'm getting at now. Like just being more cautious where I spend my dollars. Of course, it's hard not to buy fast food sometimes, or just this and that. But when it comes to them big expenses, it's like, do I really need this?
Right.
Like, can I apply this to somewhere else that's gonna help me make money? And when
100%.
you're spending money, try to think: is this gonna help me make money? What's gonna be
Right.
my ROI, my
100%.
return on investment?
Right.
So and it's definitely something I feel like them been passed down to us.
And also too, I think our culture,
Mhm.
which I don't like to talk down on people. I don't like to talk down on our culture. And I'm not talking down when I say this, but I think our culture, we glamorize like the glitter. We see the flashiness,
the
we
chains,
see-
cars,
the
all
car-
that.
Yeah. So you got some people out here with $800, $900 car payments because they want a Scat Pack or the Hellcat.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how y'all do it for real. I do not know how y'all paying $500, $600, $700 on a car payment.
Right.
And then you got your house, your mortgage. That's a whole
Mhm.
nother 12 to
Right.
16 to 2.
Yeah.
But y'all
So-
making money out here.
And it's tough because a lot of times they putting that either on like credit or again we talk about that debt aspect.
Mhm.
And then if a car depreciates and they try to be like, you know what, I had fun in this 1 year in my Scat Pack. You know what, I want to take it and get like let's say a Toyota, something that's more affordable. Because you got to think about those oil changes when you get new tires, new brakes. People don't think about the maintenance on some of these things that they
facts.
acquire. But at that point, it's like it's gonna cost you more just to turn that car in to get a new one than to get a new one.
Mhm.
So it's like again, we just gotta make better decisions and start getting stuff when we can really afford it. A lot of times we
Facts.
think we can afford it up front, but we really can't.
Yeah. So, with you being a banker and as we talking about cars, getting new cars, high payments, let's kind of talk about credit a little bit.
Mhm.
What you got about that? Like, how can people, really set themselves up to be in a good position to come to the bank and get a loan if needed?
I feel like if you get a credit card or if you get any like loans or anything like that, just pay it back.
Yeah.
Like that's the biggest thing. A lot of times people, I think they'll get the car and they'll just be like, you know what, I'm not gonna pay on the car no more. And then now you got a repo. So it's gonna be harder for you to get another car. It's gonna be harder for you if you want to go get a credit card or something like that. It's gonna be harder
Mhm.
because you're gonna get denied a lot. And if you do get approved, you're gonna have like a 27% interest rate. And if you got a 27% interest rate, man, it's gonna be hard. Like you making those minimum payments because you already don't have a whole lot.
Yeah.
So now you're just in that same loop. So I'll just say with credit in that regard, I'm not a credit specialist, not a credit repair specialist. But the biggest thing is if you go and you have anything that you might owe, or again, some people they be like, I never pay my student loans, I'm not gonna pay these medical bills. If you get a collections item, your credit score is just gonna drop and it's gonna be harder for you to move forward.
Mhm.
And an eviction. You do not want an eviction on your credit report. Because again, now how are you gonna find a place to stay?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to get too long winded.
Yeah,
but
you good. You good. We just talking.
Yeah. So I'll say like again, if you owe anybody, if you owe anything,
Just
pay the
phone
people.
back.
Pay them people.
Quit trying to run off on the plug.
Yeah. even with a bank account, like we have some people, they might have overdrafts or some fees or whatever. They be like, oh, I ain't gonna pay the bank back. Now when you try to go open up a bank account somewhere else, they're like, nah, we can't open this up because you owe this place over here. If you owe them, if the same thing happened here, you don't just leave us too. So now we stuck with it.
I'm gonna tell you my problem with banks. They charge you that way they can get your money out and loan it to somebody else. I don't like that. Like how they charge you to use the accounts and stuff. Like
I mean, it depends on what bank you banking at.
yeah, not
So-
everybody got charges.
Yeah.
But
Some
still
on
for the ones
minimum.
that do.
Yeah. Listen.
Like, why are you charging me to use your bank account? Then you really just taking my money and loaning it out to somebody else. I'm helping you make money. Like that's you getting over on me.
I mean, so,
Yeah.
that's why I say it's really important which banks you choose.
Yeah, very
because
true.
some of the bigger banks they'll say, "Oh, this is a service fee." Just like you said, just for having this account, it might be $12. I don't want to name drop no banks or name drop where I work or anything like that, because I'm not representing them today. But it's again, you got to ask those questions up front.
Basically, just do your research on your
yeah.
banks. Like go in there and ask questions.
Yeah, because for example, I know some banks that if you overdraft, it's just $5, per the item. But I know some other banks
Some is
if
like
you,
30.
yeah, it's 30, 38. So imagine you overdraft on something that's $50 and now you got to pay $88 for it because it's a 38 overdraft fee
Mhm.
versus just 5.
Mhm.
That can help you out a good bit. The other side too is relationships. A lot of times people they'll go to the bigger banks where you're just a number versus like a smaller community or local bank where they'll know you by name and they'll be able to build that rapport with you and they'll be able to work with you on more things. And they'll be able to give you more advice, in my opinion, because they care about the relationship more.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, a lot of people have beef with banks, and I just be
I
like,
got beef with banks.
yeah, man. It's again, some of them I would say I feel like they're a little predatory because it's like some of these fees I be hearing people tell me like when they come to my bank, they be like, yeah, I'm leaving this bank. I'm like, why? They be like, cause these fees are just crazy. I'm like, you don't have to worry about that here.
Yeah. Look, man, make sure y'all share this right here. We trying to help folks out, get their money right, get their finances under control. Talking to my guy, Tim Johnson. He's a professional banker here in the Greenville, in the upstate area. So definitely make sure y'all tap in on my guy. We're going on in 60, and we're going to do what's more important, saving money or paying off debt.
All right, that's a bit. Man, I'm enjoying the conversation.
You know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
get
saying?
it. Hey, are y'all getting value from this? Chat.
Hey, my boy said, are y'all getting value from this?
Yeah.
He real life
hope
asking
so.
now. He say if he ain't
Yeah.
giving no value, he's just gonna go and get up and leave. He say he
Yeah.
wasted his time.
'Cause a lot of times too, I feel like where some financial professionals they go wrong, they want to give all the start investing, start doing this, start doing that, start a business. But everybody ain't in that position to just be able to invest right away. Everybody isn't in a position to, start the business.
If
and
y'all
get
got
all that.
questions, definitely drop them in the chat too.
Yeah.
All right, we're coming up in 10.
All right.
Right, sorry.
He said 60.
All right, so look, it is the Montana Ali Show, live with you right here on the block, and talking to my guy Tim. And Tim, we talking about folks who have a lot of debt. Is it better to start paying off that debt or just start saving money?
Oh, that's a loaded question. And I know I'm gonna say this a lot throughout, but it really depends on the type of or what position that person is in. Because if you have a lot of debt, again, that is drowning. That is tough. And again, I would say relationships matter. So just reach out to the people you owe money to and just try to see if you can work something out. So you can be able to save in case an emergency happens. Because if you are just only paying off debt and not saving, what happens if your car battery died, or what happens if you need some new tires? And now it's like, I knocked this debt out by $5,000, but I only have 100 in my savings account.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, if you have like 2,000 in your savings account, you knock out 3,000 of that debt, and you have that communication with them, like, hey, I'm paying this off. I'm going through what I'm going through. Can you guys please work with me so I can be able to have anything or something in case of an emergency? A lot of times they'll work with you because at the end of the day, they want to get paid too.
Yeah, fast.
But yeah. So I'll say that's the gist of it. Just kind of depend on your situation and how you can manage both.
Okay, yeah, y'all keep it locked in right here talking to Tim Johnson. We getting some good finance tips tonight. So it just depends on your situation whether you should start paying that debt off or start saving. Like we talked about, man, the first thing you need to do is just pull your bank statements and start looking at where your money is going. It's the block.
By 5,000, but only have 100 in my savings account.
Yeah, you asked was it 6? I couldn't think.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
good, you
fuck,
good.
I got. It was a 30 though. Oh yeah, 36. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Justice just tuned in.
You guys please
What up, Justice?
So I can be able to have anything or something in case of an emergency. A lot of times they'll work with you because at the end of the day, they want to get paid.
Yeah, Labria said you dropping gems.
There we go.
Yeah, y'all definitely drop some questions in here. If y'all got something y'all want me to ask them or y'all want to know,
They can hear me right here too, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
you can talk to them right now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just say, like, just to piggyback off of it, a lot of times, like I say, it would depends because everybody's financial situation is different. At the time when I had my most debt, it wasn't feasible for me. I couldn't really pay my stuff all the way off. But I also wanted to make sure I had like some money saved up because when my car battery did die, which is a true story, luckily I had some money saved up, then nothing saved because I was knocking out some debt. A lot of times we see people, again, they're trying to be so ambitious, but sometimes you gotta, go slow and steady because of what your situation offers you and what you might need next week.
Mm-hmm. And I understand what you're saying because, like you say, it really do depend on your situation.
Right.
In the position that you're in. So truthfully, me trying to get some debt paid down, and then also just in a position where I'm like, I want to save.
Right.
So I started saving, and
100%.
then truthfully, something just hit me the other day, and I was like, "No, bro, that ain't making sense." Like, because I also want to get my credit up some more
Right,
too.
right.
So I'm like, it don't make sense to me to just be stacking all this money up just to sit on it when I could be paying this debt down, which is gonna help me with my overall
100%.
goal of getting my credit up.
Right.
So I was like, no, bro, actually start paying your debt down.
100%.
So like you
Yeah.
said, it really goes into, you know, your situation, your
Right.
goals. You got to have financial goals at the same time.
100%. Because to your point right there is you already been saving. So it's like now you can have a savings goal. Once I hit my savings goal, I'm gonna just use simple numbers. But let's say your savings goal is just $1,000. Now I got my $1,000 here. Instead of being so ambitious with the saving, now I can put more money toward the debt, and I can save a little bit still, but put a majority of it toward the debt because I hit my savings goal.
So what's a good realistic saving goal? And let's talk
Uh,
about some financial goals
Okay, for
for
sure.
basic people. You
For
know?
basic people, yeah. A lot of times you will hear people say, "Oh, get 3 to 6 months of expenses," and I feel like that's easier said than done, of course, because over 75% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So how can that many people get 3 to 6 months of expenses? So I say start off with working toward 1 month of expenses at the minimum, because I feel like that's more of a realistic
That's
goal.
smart.
And again, the average person expenses for a month might be 2,000, 3,000. And of course, you know, you have like that little cushion just in case. But I'll say like probably start with 1 month of expenses first. And if that's too far out of reach for some people, you can go simple. Okay, my first savings goal is going to be $500, and after I hit this 500, my next goal is going to be 1,000. So sometimes you got to baby step it,
Fast.
because again, if you have these bigger goals, I want to save 6 months of expenses. That could be $10,000 for you, and if you're not getting that within a year, you're gonna be like, man, this stuff don't work. Finances isn't for me. The world is against me, so I'm gonna just blow my money because I only live once. You
So
know?
small goals. Use the intro. That ain't supposed to be there. Two things. You started talking, and then I read a comment. These folks in here talking about my accent.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
yeah, so I really got to get on them real quick. But then we got 40 seconds till we go air. So y'all gonna have to hold. I'm coming back to y'all. Y'all ain't gonna talk about me. They talking about, but
Yeah.
it sound like he said Jackson and not Johnson.
Oh.
So I think it's his accent.
Hey, listen, people try to say I have an accent because I'm from Darlington originally. But y'all got an accent up here in Greenville.
Yeah, we do. All right, 20 seconds. What's one move people can make this week to improve their finances?
All right. Got a good time or just a quick one?
Long one.
Okay.
All right, so look, it is the Montana Ali Show live with you right here on the block tonight, and hanging out with my guy Tim Johnson in the building, professional banker from the upstate. And like I said, you know, just really wanted to talk about finances today to help people get a better hold on their finances, because Tim, you know, April is also what?
Financial literacy month.
Exactly. So listen, man, Tim, let's talk about it. What's one move that people can make this week to get a better hold of their finances?
One move. Man, I'll say organize their finances.
All right.
Because even people who do have a budget, who are normally organized, I'll say it's always good to review just to make sure everything is still going smooth. So what comes with organizing your finances is, again, reviewing your bank statements just to make sure everything is correlated, nothing's coming out or anything like that. We see a lot of fraud, so sometimes people, they be getting charged for stuff that they don't even know because it's just like $2 or $3. But also too, when you're going through those statements, you're able to put that budget together and know exactly how much money you're spending a month. And from there, got your budget, and then you make a small goal that you want to attain from that, and from there you just move forward. And that's something I feel like everybody can do really tonight or tomorrow to set themselves up for a better financial future.
Now, I'm all about making sure we setting up the youth for a better future. So
100%.
talking to the parents right now, what's some things that they can do to help their kids, you know, learn a little bit about finances?
I would say show them a budget. And if you don't have a budget together, again, this could be a good thing that y'all can practice and work
Together?
with. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I feel if a child, they're going to go off of what they see. And if they see that communication and they see like, oh, hey, my mom, my dad, or both my parents, we're here together, we're at the table and we're working on a budget, I'm able to see like, oh, well, they're working together, they're exposing me to this. Now I want to learn it and I want to go expose more people to it. because some other households they might not do it. But again, you as parents, you might can influence other parents to do the same thing. So at that point, more of our youth are educated, or at least have like an idea of what a budget looks like. Other thing would be if you don't want to show them your money, just get a sample budget offline and just show them and ask them like how would they spend this amount of money doing XYZ. Because again, what they see is what they're gonna do.
Fast. And you know, something that we've been talking about right here on the Montana Ali Show is the youth these days. Are they out of control or are they just misguided? What you think?
Both. I feel like they're a little out of control because they are misguided. Again, we're in a time where I think a lot of people just don't have it financially as what it seems. So you got more people having to work like longer hours or work weird times and everything like that. And with these I like to call them young adults, these young folks, they have in their phone or in their hands all day is access to a phone, access to the internet, social media. And like I was saying earlier, if I feel like we're struggling here at home and I go online and I see such and such with a lot of money having fun doing I don't doing things that aren't productive basically, then they're gonna feel like that's the only way that they're gonna be able to be some type of success, or that's the only way that they can get money. So then they start looking up to these internet folks, and then people say, "Oh well, we need more XYZ for our young folks." But again, if we as the adults or the older group aren't pouring into them and again supporting these programs, organizations that support the youth, then of course they're going to continue to be misguided and out of control because they don't have the guidance that they need or the resources or people to lean on.
Yeah, most definitely. So listen, parents, the biggest takeaway I take from that is please sit down and talk to your kids, show your kids, teach them. And I know a lot of us, we haven't been taught, but ain't nothing wrong with teaching ourselves.
Right.
It ain't never too late to learn. And especially with something, as big as finances and money management, yeah, we need to take the time to learn that for real.
100%.
So listen, we're going to go ahead and open up the phone lines for my guy, Tim. That way you can call in, ask him any money questions that you might have before he get up out of here. All right, 844-405-4963. It's the Montana Ali Show on the block.
Great. That was great right there, man. That was a good question.
Yeah, all that kind of off the head.
Hey, man.
Like 10 seconds.
Nah,
yeah. All right, so we do about one more. Let you wrap up out of here.
Hey, time flying by. It's like they say, time flies by when you having fun.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was only 7:45. But really just been talking,
right?
Conversation. Them folks saying you giving great tips too.
Man, like I said, I love to give like the basics and the practicals, because again, that's one of the other things that I learned. A lot of times people, they just want to give the advanced, the expert advice so that they feel like sounds good so they can make themselves look better. But again, if you don't know the basics, how are you going to do the advanced stuff? If you don't have a budget, how are you going to go out there and invest properly or understand how much you can invest this week or this month or whatever? But yeah, man, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, I brought my boy in.
Let's see what kind of questions we have online. Let's see if they have any questions.
I'll for sure will mess my name up. I gotta get better at that.
Yes, my cousin texted me. She says he's saying Jackson or Johnson.
So saying Johnson.
Hey, I heard Johnson, so y'all he's saying it the right way.
I promise y'all,
maybe it's the mic.
I'm for sure saying Johnson.
He did say Jackson.
I know my boy name, man. Y'all can't hear.
Hey, that is too funny.
I might be a little country.
Just a little bit, man. Like I said, y'all upstate folks have y'all own twang.
Hey, so Track said he needs some game on home equity. You got anything for
equity?
That?
So me personally, again, we have to talk offline. I can connect you to somebody that works with home equity because that's more so lenders. I'm a relationship banker, personal banker, so I like the personal things and stuff like that I can get you taken care of on. But if was that on Facebook or on Instagram?
Facebook.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna drop a comment and you could just connect with me and then I can get you in contact with somebody. And we could do this as quick as tomorrow. Just let me know.
Y'all, I done heard that so many times that I'm country though. I really don't be feeling like I'm country. That's crazy.
I hear the same thing. I don't feel like I'm country either though. But sometimes I ain't gonna lie.
Where you
I can
from,
hear a
bro?
little bit. I'm from South Carolina though. I'm from Darlington, PD.
You can't believe you got bounced.
Shout out to the
Crazy,
PD.
dog.
Shout out my
yeah, shout out to
boys.
the 843 for real, man.
Yeah, like Harry Low Country.
Oh, you too? Okay,
You
man.
know,
You
yeah.
ain't got a strong Charleston accent though. I don't think.
Sometimes
I heard it did, yeah, but I didn't want to.
sometimes Harry accent come out. I'm like, boy, you is Charleston for real.
Yeah, I hear right there too.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's see if we have any other questions.
Hey, Trax, I'm gonna make sure you connected with Tim too. That way he can plug you in. Oh, well, he put a comment in here.
Damn, Montana, they really is eating you up low key.
That's what I'm
Talking about-
saying. That's all about Mr. Bray. I said, hold up, but these folk in here talking about me.
Boy, that is too funny.
I'm gonna work on that, man. I gotta make sure my listeners can clearly
So,
hear
yeah,
me.
Let me see. I'll try to give some game real quick while we're just right here. Like I said, organizing your finances is I think that's the pathway.
And there's been times I really have like
Yeah.
printed out my bank statements for the whole month and went line by line. Like
Right.
you got to do that. Like I said, to see them unnecessarily spending habits
Mhm.
and subscriptions.
No, facts. But also too, just to make sure you're on track with what you're doing. Sometimes I think we do need that. Like when we review it and we see that we haven't making good decisions, it is okay to. I think a lot of people they think like when you're budgeting or when you're being financially responsible, that means you can't have fun. You can still have fun as long as you can afford it. So if you are,
You think people should like already before they go out that night, be like, I'm only gonna spend $100. You
I
think that's necessary?
I think that's healthy.
Okay, healthy.
Because me personally, that's how I gotta that's how I gotta do to myself. I'm
Okay.
either get like 2 drinks maximum that I'm paying for. Like somebody else give me a drink, it's whatever, But if I'm gonna spend money, I'm just getting myself 2 drinks and that's it. And once I get my 2, if I'm feeling that third, then I'm like, okay, now I got to make a decision. Why did I say 2 before? Did I overspend going out last week? Am I just trying to make sure I have XYZ for tomorrow?
Mm,
And if it's just like, well, I just said it just because that was a good number. I got it. I got the money to do it. I can go ahead and get this third. This ain't gonna hurt me. Then again, it just came down to now I got to make a decision though.
yeah.
Because I feel like if you go out there with no plan, it's easy to get 5. Because once you start having fun, you might start getting you get your 2, but then now you want to get other people's,
Right.
And like I said, it's easy to run up the tab. And these drinks be expensive out here now.
I seen that too. I seen it was like a headline. People are going back to pre-gaming like they did in college because drinks so high.
And I mean, I think that's true.
I think it's true too.
Yeah, but because I think they said I was reading something, and I think they said like alcohol sales were down.
Yeah,
for the
like
first
this
time in so long.
generation,
Yeah.
they're smoking more than drinking.
Yeah, well,
Not saying that's
Yeah.
any better, but that's what's
Right.
happening.
yeah, but I think it's because the drinks are again if they go out, I think it's so expensive. So I think the restaurants aren't selling as many as they used to.
Mhm.
But I think now people are actually, like you said, they're pre-gaming, so they can get that one bottle that lasts for like 2-3 weeks because they're gonna just pre-game Friday, Saturday, and then during the week they're just chilling because they gotta go to work and stuff.
Yeah. See, I really want people to realize, how much they spend in the club too. Like
Right.
folks really going out spending 50, 100, 200 and not realizing it until that next morning.
Right.
And then they got the homegirls, the homeboys like, come
Yeah.
on, let's go out again.
Yeah.
Then
It's like, man,
they
I can't
right
afford
back
it.
doing
Yeah.
the next thing and can't
Uh-huh.
afford it.
Yeah.
So
It-
you really got to be cautious for real.
Some people they buy new fits every time they about to go out.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
that's the
And-
thing
and-
too.
And that's the thing, bro. It's like, do you need a new pair of pants?
Do you
a new
really need
shirt?
a new outfit every time you go out? Ladies, fellas, like, do you?
Yeah,
It depends on the
I-
occasion for me.
That part, like they do it on a random Friday, Saturday. Like, oh, let me get a fit. I'm
Yeah, I
going
gotta
out
go to the
tonight.
mall and get a new fit.
Yeah,
That
like,
is crazy.
it's like you just did the same thing last week, and
You gonna see the same as that people.
yeah, and you're just gonna be standing around like before.
Mm-hmm.
So, man. But like I said, I think a lot of people they love the flashiness and everything about it. And again, like if you can afford the new fit every week, it's like cool, go for it. But just make sure you're budgeting for it.
Yeah. Let's go after this right here in 1:30.
All right.
You got anything else you want to say? I think we done had a great show.
Oh yeah, I feel pretty good. You say my
Yeah,
book?
some good
Yeah, I
tips.
got a
All your
book.
stuff.
Yeah,
Let's
I don't got to
do.
spend that much time on the book.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think if I can squeeze it in
Yeah,
this one. We'll do two more then. Um,
the Forge. Dang. Let's see.
I think
I
we're
would
gonna
tell our
squeeze
streamers.
more on this one.
No, I'm about to throw it up on the stream.
Yeah, do that. Hell yeah. You got a quick minute to promote it, or you can do it afterwards.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
do
I
it
do it
afterwards.
afterwards because we'll just hit both at the same time.
Um,
But yeah, man. Let me see. Other piece while we're right here is, I mean, if you have like a gift, talent, showcase it. You can monetize it. Want to turn your gift into a job. Of course. But just have fun with it. I feel like your gifts will make room for you. A lot of times, people they want to do all their gifts and they want to try to monetize all of them. But I feel like you got to have some that you
Mia,
just keep
not
to
the
yourself.
vibe be vibing. That's how they get you right there. She's talking about as far as like buying drinks and all that.
Yeah.
Talking about the vibe be vibing. She can't
Hey,
help it.
The vibe do be vibing though, for real. That's why I
That's
say
how
you
they
gotta
get
have
you.
that limit. Because if you don't,
All right, we're
hey,
gonna go after this here.
start cutting up out there.
All right, my side. All right, so look, Block family, it is the Montana Ali Show live with you tonight, and I'm in the building with Tim Johnson. My boy is a professional banker. He's also an author here in the city. So Tim, I appreciate you coming through and just giving some good advice and tips when it comes to the financial world. You feel me? So definitely, any last words?
I mean, I'll just say, just get your finances in order. Just take time, whether it's 30 minutes a week, an hour a month, just to review your finances and get those on track. The better you understand your financial picture, the easier it is to be able to go forward and build up from it. Yeah, I mean that's it on the financial side. I didn't know if we was gonna touch base on this other thing or not. Real
Yeah,
quick.
look. Okay, yeah, we're gonna put it out there, my boy. So he is also an author, like I said, and this is not his first book that he put out. Tim, I ain't never told you this. I was always supposed to see you picture, but I bought your first book, your finance book.
Okay, there we go.
The green one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got that. So listen, my
Oh,
boy then
man.
came back and he got a second book. So let's talk about this book right here.
All right, yes, sir. Definitely appreciate the support and again the opportunity to be here. But my next book coming out is called The Forge, Forge. It's a framework to help the reader forge the life they desire. So the framework is F for foundation, O for opportunities, R relationships, G gratitude, E edification. Pretty much those 5 things help me go from again my low moments of losing all my money in a business venture to now here I am being able to be on a great radio show, the best radio station, best show with the best host, Montana. And again, this book kind of talks about how I was able to rise up from all of that and to get to this point. Comes out May 7th. It's available for pre-order right now, but May 7th is the date.
All right, so look, once again, my boy Tim Johnson in the building. Make sure y'all show my boy some love because he done came through and gave us a lot of tips, a lot of advice on financial stuff and his financial literacy month too as well. So again, Tim, we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tap in to my 10 Ali Show. I'm going to put his info right there.
Appreciate you. Dang, this is the best song to come on too right here.
It was going to be Burning Blue by Mariah the Science. I said,
Right. Because he from Darlington County. He from
Oh,
Hartsville.
fast.
Yeah.
That is right. Hartsville,
Yeah.
like 843.
Mm-hmm. I be seeing you out there in the PD.
Yeah.
My family, my mom's side is from Marion, so I seen you out there in
We
Marion.
out there all the time. That's what his
Yeah.
manager from. He got a club out there.
Oh, word? Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
All right, so look, man, definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. My boy Tim Johnson in the building. Listen, Tim, for the podcast, for the live stream, go ahead and give your shout outs, last words, all that good stuff.
Oh man, I'll just say shout out to everybody. Shout out to my family, my friends. Shout out to the PD. I don't want to call everybody's name out because I know I'm gonna forget somebody, and I don't want to forget nobody. So I'm gonna just say shout out to all y'all that supported me. I've been along for the journey. This right here is just the beginning for real. We just had surface level, so we about to just take it up a notch.
No, for real. So look, man, definitely y'all keep it tuned in to my 10 Hour Elite Show. We out though, Monday through Friday, 7 to midnight. Appreciate y'all. We outie.